Welcome back to this healing space. So today's video is episode number 4 of the life cleansing series that I have been guided to share with all of you. If you are new to my videos, my name is Paralumen and I welcome you here. And I am an inner transformation coach and a pranic healer. And I have been in this healing space in the last 18 years. So in the previous videos, I have shared about the importance of cleansing, why we need to cleanse, and what is the main cause of our problems in life. And we want to cleanse, we want to go through the cleansing process because we want to create something new in our life, right? So as long as we are carrying something of the past, we are carry the past in our aura, in our container, we will actually recreate that over and over. Even if you will learn something new, even if you will go to so many classes, like, you will learn about self-development, how the power of your thoughts, the law of attraction, how to create your life. But if you will not clean out this old stuff which you are carrying, and we carry this each and every day of our life, okay? So you cannot escape what you are carrying. You might say, I am this, but if what you're carrying is the opposite, it will always reflect in your life. So if you want the deepest cleansing, the deepest healing, then we really start, from this level. So today I'm going to share the very first cleansing tool or cleansing practice that you can do so that we can systematically clean out, release something of the past from our aura so that we will create some space and we can create something new in our life. Okay, so I call this the cleansing journal, and I'll be sharing other tools and techniques also because I know that each one of us, will some tools, some techniques, we just don't feel like doing it. It's just not connecting with us. So I hope you will find something that you feel like, okay, this is something I can do. Okay, because not all people will like to do this, right? Most especially the writing stuff. I have a lot of clients in the past that writing is really challenging for them. For me, it was very easy because I've always been writing, so I have a lot of journals. So I hope you'll find something, okay, in my future videos. So today we will clean through the cleansing journal, I call this, and we're going to use it in 3 ways to clean out all of this past energies, the negative patterns, negative belief systems that we carry. Okay, so the first way of using it is to clean out, to dump, to release, to let go habitual negative limiting thinking patterns. Okay, so it is like we use this phrases like I always, I never, I can't. So can't you see that whenever you say this phrases, you're actually limiting yourself and making yourself small, and you're actually carrying it. And of course, there is no blame in this. I am just stating a fact that this happened to us because that is formed the belief system that we carry. The thought patterns that we carry was formed during our formative years of 0 to 7. Okay, now that we are an adult, we don't have to blame anyone. We don't have to blame our family or anything outside of us, because now we know that now we have the ability to create something new and to release the past. Okay, so it's not about blame, but it is about taking responsibility and making new choices. Okay, so if you have a thinking pattern of I always mess up, I never get things done, I am not good enough. So that was my thinking pattern before. I'm not good enough. Or you will feel like I'm too old, or I'm too young, I'm not experienced, or I don't have enough education, or I'm just from this family, I'm just this, I'm just that. So these are limiting belief systems. So we dump that, and what you're going to do is, whatever you're feeling that is making you, is holding you back, you write it down, you fully express it. It is like, I always feel that I'm not good enough, I cannot do this because this is what I have seen, this is what I've heard in the past. So you just try to dump without, or write without any kind of filter, or without holding yourself back, but just, releasing and expressing why you feel that way. Okay, so for me, it is like, I always felt I'm not good enough because I felt that, I cannot do this. I could have done more. I could have done better. So, those kind of things. You can dump it. You can release it onto the paper. And if you do that, you're actually taking it out from your aura so that you can create more space. Okay? And you just allow yourself to fully release that feeling. Where is it coming from? How it formed? And the good thing is that then you don't have to dump it to other people, right? You can really just dump it out into the paper, and it's like a permanent thing. It really comes out of your system. Now, again, this is not going to happen in one go, in one day. So you have to do this each and every day. Take out a little bit each and every day of those limiting patterns, and each and every day you will feel lighter, and you will have more and more space as you release it each and every day, right? It will, it will like lessen, and it will go down, even the intensity. So what I want you to do is, before you start cleaning out, releasing a certain emotion or a pattern, you always check yourself how you're feeling, and you rate yourself from 0 to 10. So 0 being, you're just okay, and 10 being, it's really intense. I really feel like this. Like, if I feel like I'm not good enough, yes, 10 out of 10, I feel I'm not good enough. And when you start writing it down, we're able to release that emotion. After releasing that, that emotion will go a little bit low. And then you again check yourself after you have cleansed, after you have released. Then you check yourself, okay, how do I feel now? I guarantee it will be of a lower number. Might be you feel now, you feel only a 7, right? So again, the next day, you again write it, and then your number will start going down lesser and lesser. The feeling that you have will become lesser and lesser because it is now out of your aura, out of your system, out of your container. Okay? So after you have written and fully expressed what you feel about that negative thought, negative feelings, negative belief pattern, you're going to tear off this paper, because the act of tearing off this paper is an act of fully releasing from your aura. And this is like, we call it disintegrating. So it is like an energy which is big, and we want to make it smaller and smaller. So we disintegrate it through the act of tearing it off. Then you're going to dump it to the trash properly, that it really goes, out of the house, so out of your life, out of your system. That's the first way of using this. Another way of using the cleansing journal is whenever you have a very strong or intense emotion. Example, if you have intense anger, frustration, or any kind of worries, fears, anxieties, so any kind of those feelings, which is very intense, what we normally do is we actually dump it to other people, right? Our emotions. So, instead of doing that, why don't we dump it onto the paper, onto the cleansing journal? The paper is now your garbage can. Okay, so now you have a tool in your hand. You can do something about it. You are not going to be helpless. So if there's an intense anger, you start writing it down. Oh my God, I'm so angry at you. You know, how dare you? So no, you do not filter any of your emotions. You really put it into writing, whatever you feel, because the more you express it fully, the more it is out of your system, out of your container. So it is like you're really releasing it, right? Because it is raw and it is honest. Because if you do not dump this in paper, then what you will do, what we can do is we dump it really to the other person. And in a state of anger, most of the time our words are not very, very nice, right? And we tend to hurt the other person. And then afterwards also we will feel bad about it, right? So we have to again ask for forgiveness. So why not dump it into your cleansing journal? Then all of those emotions will get released out of your system. And afterwards, when you will actually meet that person, you will have a more, harmonious and very productive conversation. So you don't have to hurt yourself. You don't have to hurt each other, right? So that is really one benefit of cleansing ourselves, right? Instead of just dumping it to other people, or if we do not cleanse it, what we will do is we'll just dump it, anywhere in the world. If we are out, if we are in traffic, then we'll dump it with other people. We'll be in a very bad mood, right? So if we carry all of these things, then, the good things in life cannot come in because we don't have a space for that. Our mood is always off. We are not feeling good. We are in a state of not receiving. That is really our state when we are in the state of negative thoughts, negative emotions, negative belief systems. So why not cleanse it? Why not release it? And the last way of using it is if you have any kind of very intense memory or trauma in the past that you are not able to fully release or fully process, writing it down is actually a very good way of processing that old emotion. If there is a trauma, then of course you will not be able to write it down in one go. So that's why I'm saying each and every day, start to write down a little. When I was small, I think I felt, I experienced this, I don't understand what was happening, but this is how I feel. You start, taking it out of your aura, taking it, like release it, let go. Because as long as you do not express it, that is held in the aura and it's not going to be processed. And so you will not be able to also understand, that situation. So as we actually release it, as we express it on paper, you are also going to understand more of what was happening because now you're an adult, right? So whatever has happened in the past when we were growing up, we don't have that, that mind to discern and to understand the situation. But now as an adult, if we express whatever we have experienced in the past, which is not very pleasant, which is not very good, and in our young mind as a child, we do not have the capacity to understand that. But now that we are an adult and we write it down, now we have the capacity to understand. Oh, okay, now I understand. As you are writing it, oh, now I see why it happened. Okay, this is what now I learned that, this is why it happened. So, it opens you up, it makes you understand more. And so it is going to heal you at the deepest layer of yourself. And then you don't have to carry it with you, all throughout your life. So that is one way of using this cleansing journal. Again, be very gentle with yourself. If it's too intense, then just write down just a little each and every day. The main, I want you to always remember that the main purpose of the cleansing journal is to be able to release a little bit every day. Again, I said not in one go, just a little every day so that you will have more space, you will create more and more space each and every day. When there is space, you remember the light which is inside you. I don't have the light right now. Then that light will start shining even more, and that's why you will have more understanding and more guidance coming from God. That's why we want to cleanse this, so that we can have more access to God's wisdom and guidance. Because if our aura, our container is not cleansed, then God is not able to bring down, the guidance that we need, because we will not be able to hear God. Because the dirt or the contamination in the container will create a lot of noise in our mind and in our emotions, that even if God is talking to us, we will not be able to hear. Okay? So that is my hope for you, that you can start using this so that you can create space in your life and you'll be able to hear more of the guidance coming from God. Okay, so I hope you learned something today. I hope you can practice this. You can try it. And I'll see you in my future videos. In my next video, I will share more techniques about the cleansing process. Thank you so much for your time today. Namaste.